Her words weren't intended for me. I was in the garage, grease caked under my fingernails, when her voice slipped through the thin wall. A whisper, cautious but sharp enough to cut through. "He's just a grease monkey. Meet me at the old junkyard. We'll take care of him." The socket wrench slipped from my grip, clattering against the concrete floor. I froze, straining to catch every word. Her voice carried no hesitation, no regret, only cold calculation. I slowly wiped my hands on a rag, each movement deliberate. The smell of oil clung to me, mixed with the bitter metallic taste rising in the back of my throat. The junkyard. She had no idea what that place truly was. To her, it meant rust, broken metal, and silence. To me, it was something altogether different. Our old squad's ground. A cover. A burial site. A sanctuary for men who had returned from war in body but not entirely in soul. I reached for my phone. One call was enough. A clipped, familiar voice answered. "They'll be there," I said. And just like that, the pieces were in motion. That night, I lay beside her in bed. Her breathing was steady, the kind of rhythm liars practice to seem convincing. I stared at the ceiling fan as its blades cut the air with slow, surgical precision. The sound reminded me of nights long ago, moving in darkness, slicing through targets without hesitation. I thought back to the man I had once been, the one no one ever saw. The ghost trained to erase lives, silence voices, wipe away histories. She believed I had left that behind. That I was nothing more than a mechanic now, a man rebuilt with tools and grease instead of weapons. But betrayal has a way of waking the dead inside you. The wound wasn't her unfaithfulness. Not even the plan itself. No, it was the words. Grease monkey. As if the man who fixed her car, repaired the heater, and worked late hours to keep our home running meant nothing. As if I were disposable. I turned my head, watching her sleep. Her lips parted slightly, her face serene. She didn't know she was already walking among ghosts. So I played along. The next morning, I kissed her cheek, packed my lunch, and left for the shop. Routine, the mask of an ordinary man. I worked as usual, calm hands steady over bolts and engines. But beneath that calm, something darker stirred. I began tracing her steps. Burner phones, secret accounts, hidden emails. The man she met was younger, arrogant, reckless. She mistook his bravado for strength. She was wrong. He was nothing more than bait. That evening, I visited the junkyard. The twisted skeletons of cars loomed around me, shadows draped over rusted frames. The place felt alive, like old comrades rising from the dark. One by one, the faces of my squad appeared, waiting silently. "Tomorrow," I told them. They nodded. That was enough. At home, she was careful, too careful. Smiles forced, laughter shallow, touches rehearsed. I mirrored her with a calm mask of my own. Let her believe the game was hers. Inside, I catalogued every hour, every word, every proof. Her betrayal wasn't about desire, it was contempt. And contempt is always fatal. The meeting was set for midnight. That night, she slipped from bed, believing me asleep. I heard the jingle of keys, the faint trace of perfume, the click of her heels across the tiles. I waited 5 minutes before following. The junkyard lay under a sliver of moonlight. Rows of crushed metal gleamed like bones in a graveyard. Her car rolled in slow. The lover emerged first, chest puffed, trying to project danger. She followed, her eyes darting nervously. Then they saw them. Shadows moving out from the wreckage, my squad, silent as death itself. Her face faltered, and then her gaze locked on me. I stepped forward, steady, controlled. "You picked the wrong graveyard," I said. Her lips quivered. It's not what, but the words died before they could form. The young man reached for a weapon. A hand intercepted him, twisted until his wrist snapped. His scream tore through the silence. She flinched. I didn't move. I handed her a folder. Inside, every message, every call, every betrayal, organized and undeniable. She flipped through with trembling fingers, breath coming ragged. "You thought I was just a mechanic," I said quietly. "You thought you could erase me, replace me, even kill me." Her eyes went wide. "Please. No." The plea was thin, breaking apart before it left her lips. I turned to my squad. "She leaves alive." "That's more mercy than she ever offered me." They stepped back without a word. Agreement didn't need to be spoken. The lover, broken and whimpering, crawled toward her. She didn't reach for him. Couldn't. She was already drowning in her own fear. I walked away, boots crunching against gravel. Her sobs followed me, swallowed up by the rust and ruin around us. By dawn, I was back in the garage. The scent of oil, the hum of machines, the steady rhythm of bolts turning, it was all there. Calm. Controlled. The world would watch her unravel. Her lover crippled, her lies exposed, her reputation shattered. She would have nothing left. And me? I had reclaimed my silence. My mask. My peace. For years, I had buried the man I once was beneath grease and steel. She unearthed him. And now, she would spend the rest of her life remembering that the grease monkey she betrayed was the man who chose to let her live. I wiped my hands clean. The rag came away black. It felt final. She had already been gone long before that night ended.